Hey guys, it's your girl Carrie. And in today's video, I'm going to share my before bathroom renovation and share with you some of the finishes and products that I am choosing to renovate my bathroom with. I'm also planning on sharing 10 tips that you should consider when renovating your bathroom. I don't know how long this video will be, but if it ends up being really long, I'll probably split it up into two videos where I share, my before and the plans that I have for the bathroom, and then the next video will be the tips, the 10 tips you should consider when renovating a bath. The first thing I did when I was considering renovating our master bath was I figured out the 5 things that I did not like about my bathroom, and then the 5 things that I did like about my bathroom. I have my little notes right here. So the 5 things that I like about my bathroom are, number 1, the French doors. I love the way I have these 2 French doors that lead right into my master bathroom that's right off the master bedroom. I think it's beautiful. I think it's, light and airy. So I want to keep the French doors leading to the master bathroom, and I probably would just switch out the handles and the hardware, but the French doors are going to stay. Number 2, I love the large window that's over the tub alcove. I just think it's beautiful, and it just really looks nice when you walk in through those French doors and see that huge window. Now, the view outside that window is something left to be desired, but we're working on our backyard, and slowly over time we'll have a beautiful backyard to look at out of that window. The next thing I absolutely love about my bathroom is that it has 18-foot ceilings, and the ceilings are vaulted, and I've always wanted to do something really nice to take advantage and showcase the ceilings in my bathroom. Actually, I love paying attention to ceilings in all rooms, so I'll be sharing with you my plans for my 18-foot ceilings in my bathroom to kind of showcase them off. Another item that I loved in my bathroom is this beautiful feature wall that's over the tub. I want to accent that wall and do something really special there, and I'll share my plans with you for that wall later on in the video. And then I also like the layout. I think the layout in my bathroom is perfect, so I don't really need to change anything. I love the fact when we come through the French doors to the left, I have my own separate vanity all by itself. I don't have to worry about my husband coming to my side, and to the right, my husband has his vanity. So he has his own separate space. I love where the tub is centered right in the middle of the bathroom, overlooking, that window. Our shower is to the right, and then the water closet, the separate water closet, is to the left. So I love the layout of a bathroom. We don't have to change any of that. Y'all, you won't believe what just happened. Now you might be wondering, Carrie, why do you have your pajamas on? Well, after I recorded my video, I went upstairs, I hopped in my pajamas, I even took my bra off and everything. And now in this household, when the bra comes off, that means I'm not doing nothing but relaxing. And I decided to just go ahead and get a jump on editing the video, and realized that whole next segment was not there. I said, what? I guess I didn't hit the record button or stop recording, but now I have to do this next segment all over again. I did not want to go back and try to get dressed again, get all put together to come downstairs. So I'm going to just do this segment in my PJs, and then we'll just kind of move back into our regularly scheduled program. So here are the 5 things that I do not like about my bathroom. So number 1, the shower. I don't like the shower tile. It's too low. The contractor that built the house 18 years ago, they didn't bring the tile up to the shower head. I don't like the fact that the shower head is off center, so we're going to fix that. I don't like that it is a builder grade tile, so now the grout is coming out of the towel in certain areas. I don't like that there is currently a leak in the shower, so the cartridge to the I don't know what part it goes to. I don't know if it goes to the shower head or what have you, but it's causing the shower head to leak, and when it's leaking, it is now causing mold to grow quickly in the bottom of the shower. So whenever I wash it, a couple days later, it's still moldy because it's always wet. I don't like my shower door. It's old, it's outdated, and then also all the rubber that's around it is starting to corrode, and that also looks, mucky and moldy, and it's very hard to clean. And I also don't like the fact that my shower does not have a shower sprayer. So I still have to, folks that don't have a shower sprayer, when they wash their showers out, you have to get a bucket and fling the water up on the shower walls to kind of rinse it off, to rinse off all of the cleanser when you're cleaning the bathroom. So a shower sprayer is an absolute must-have. A handheld sprayer in the shower is an absolute must-have for me in this new bathroom. I don't like the old school shower towel bar that you hang your rags on. I don't like the soap dish that's in there, that old school soap dish. So pretty much everything about the shower I don't like. Also, I don't like the cabinets. Our cabinets were builder grade cabinets, and they were made of MDF. At least the door fronts were. I think the rest of the cabinetry was a paintable hardwood. So as you all know, MDF means medium density fiberboard. It's not wood. It's like wood particles smushed together. If the paint starts to chip away, and if that MDF gets wet, it swells and it looks horrific. It's the cheapest material that you can build anything out of, so that's got to go. We want to do a solid wood vanity, everything solid wood, good construction, and can last forever. So I can't stand my cabinets. And then also the function of the cabinets. We're going to customize the insides of the cabinets as well. And then the paint. We still have the same builder's grade paint in this bathroom, and it's a flat paint. So over the years, it's just gotten dirty. You can't wash flat paint. So not only are we going to change the paint color, we're going to upgrade so that we will be able to wash the walls in the future. And then my tub. I cannot stand my tub. We have a jetted Whirlpool tub. That's what came with the home. We are not bathers. We don't really take baths. I think we've probably been in that tub a total of 5 times in 18 years. I don't want a jetted tub. They are too much of a hassle to maintain. And also we had to get rid of it because since I didn't turn it on, I didn't know that even though we weren't using it, we were supposed to run it frequently so that the parts wouldn't dry out, and then if we turned it on years later, it can cause a leak because the parts would fail. So just don't like the jetted tubs. They also, you have to clean them if you turn them on, and you run some bleach through them. You can kind of see the flakes, the little black flakes. I guess that's the bacteria and the particles and things like that. I just don't want to deal with any of that. I don't want any jets. I want a basic, plain soaking tub. I don't want an air jet tub, an air bubble tub, nothing like that. Just a plain soaker. Also with the jets, they started to yellow over time, and you can't replace those. They, stay that color. So I don't like the fact that they turned color. It's just dated and old. So I don't like our tub. We're going to change that out. Now that I know what's working in my bathroom and what I want to accentuate or highlight, and then I also know what's not working, I move on to my next step, which is called my priorities. You have to get your priorities in order, and this is the order of my priorities, and I think this should be the order of everyone's priorities, and those priorities should be function, maintenance, and aesthetics. in that order. So whenever you're thinking about your design for your bathroom, you should first think about how it's going to function. It needs to function for you. The second thing you need to think about is the maintenance. Are you willing to put in the maintenance that it's going to take to, take care of your new design? I'm a low maintenance type of person, so I am going to be looking for low maintenance options. And then third, aesthetics. Aesthetics comes last because that's just how things look. It doesn't make any sense to have something look very pretty and it doesn't function well for you and you're not going to maintain it. So those are the three priorities you need to keep in mind when moving forward with your design. So in order to determine how you want your bathroom to function, you first have to audit yourself. And you want to do an audit, and then you want whoever else is using that space, in this case my spouse, to do an audit. So, just throughout a random week, you just kind of use the space, but then you think about as you're using it. Oh, this is not working for me. Oh, this cabinet, I wish I had this type of shelving. It would make my life easier if I had X, Y, and Z. Whatever it is that's not working for you, you just kind of take a mental note, write it down like, okay, this is what I would want in my bathroom. These are all the functions, how I want my bathroom to function. The next step is maintenance. You want to think about what is it going to take in terms of time and money to upkeep whatever it is I decide to do in this bathroom. And the number one thing you don't want to do, you don't want to fall in love with something. Let's say, for example, in my case, I thought I wanted dark wood floors in my bathroom. Now, I knew that I wasn't going to put actual wooden floors in my bathroom because that could be a disaster. The moisture issues and things like that, if there should ever be a leak, you just don't want, it's just not a good idea. Although some people do it, it's not a good idea to put real hardwood floors in the bathroom. They also have like the luxury vinyl planking that's waterproof, that's perfect for bathrooms, so they say. I didn't want to go that route because that's a little bit too new for me and I still wouldn't want to chance it. And the third option is tile. You can get some beautiful wood-like looking tile and lay that in the bathroom. So I really wanted dark wood tile. I wanted that dark wood look. One of the things I would suggest, and this is what I did before I committed to that, I went out and bought several pieces of the dark wood tile. I put that down on the floor. I put it down underneath my vanity. I put it on my husband's side, underneath his vanity. I put some right by the shower. And I didn't glue it down or grout it down. I just laid it on top of my existing tile. And then I went about my day on how I normally use my bathroom. I walked on it. After I got out of the shower, I stood by my vanity. I brushed my teeth. I put on my powders and things like that. And I realized dark wood is very high maintenance. You're going to have to mop almost every day or sweep every day. When I put my powders on, I just saw a whole bunch of white powder dust all over the floor. I said, you know what? This is not going to work for me. Now, it would have been wrong to say, hey, Carrie, you know what? You love these dark woods so much. You can just get a Swiffer. It takes 5 minutes, and you can just Swiffer every day after you finish getting out of the shower. Sounds good, but realistically, I'm not going to do that. So don't put aesthetics over maintenance and then trick yourself or gear yourself up to think you're going to be doing all this extra maintenance if you're not a clean freak already. I'm a very low maintenance chick, so I want low maintenance items. So that was out for me. So think about, again, maintenance. How much maintenance are you willing to put in? And if you don't already do it, don't go with that option. And then third is just aesthetics. Now that you know your function, your level of maintenance that you're going to commit to, now you can pick the items that are visually pleasing to you that fit in with the other two criteria above. I hope that makes sense. So now on to my next tip. Now that you know what's not working, now that you know what you want to accentuate, Now you have your 3 priorities in order. What do I do now? Now you do your research and your hunting and gathering. And what I mean by that is now that is the time for me to see what I like design-wise. What do I like aesthetically? What styles do I like? So you start gathering pictures, whether you go on Pinterest, whether you grab things from magazines, whether you go to physical home tours. Just gather all the things that you think you might like. And then you do your preliminary budget. Now, normally I always talk about budget. You know, that's my thing, that's my jam. But in this instance, I say, don't start with the budget. First, you build a budget. You're going to reverse engineer yourself back into a budget. And what do I mean by that? Don't say, hey, I have $5,000 to do a bathroom renovation. And the reason I say don't say that is because you've already pigeonholed yourself and limited yourself to what it is that you can and cannot do, instead of fully dreaming of the absolute best bathroom that you could dream of, your dream bathroom. That's what I want you to do. Put together your dream bathroom if cost wasn't an option. And the only way you're going to be able to do that is actually source those materials. So once you find things that you like, let's say you like marble, you want a freestanding tub, you want, shiplap, whatever it is, you write that down and then you go out and you source the products. So you just go to the different stores and say, okay, my bathroom is this big, the measurements of your room, and you say, okay, I'm going to need X amount of this. It costs this much. This is how much this would cost. I want these types of faucets. I need 2 of them because I have 2 vanities. This is how much this would cost. So you cost everything out for all of your products, and then you start talking with contractors. Now at this point, you're just getting contractors out there to give you estimates so that you can understand how much the labor will cost. And once you combine the labor with the products, then you will come up with a preliminary total budget of what your dream bathroom would be. Now this is obviously going to be way out of line with what you probably have in the bank or what you've set aside in your mind as a budget for your bathroom. And the reason I say do it this way, because now you have exactly what you want, and it's easier for the mind to figure out how can I get what I want instead of how do I fit in a box of what I've already caved myself into. And so let's say your dream bathroom comes up to be $75,000, but all you had was $15,000 to budget toward this project. There are a couple of things that you can do. The first thing is, and I've always used this strategy and tip, is you don't have to do it all at once. There is no requirement that your bathroom has to be completed all at one time. Now what you can do is take the budget that you have, and then on your list, figure out what must be done structurally, that has to be done now, and then the things that can be done later that are not structural, you can add on later. For example, let's say you had heated floors as an option. You really wanted heated floors. Well, the best time to get those heated floors is when you rip up the floor, when you rip up the existing tile, because the heated flooring is going to go underneath the tiling. You don't want to do that later. You're not going to rip up the tiling again. So all of the things that will require structural things, you would probably want to take care of right away. But let's say there are fixtures. Let's say you want a certain type of faucet fixtures for your vanity. Well, those are things that can be traded out later. So you might opt for a cheaper version now, and pick those things up later on. So you can always look at your renovation in phases and stages. You build as you go. And then the second thing, which I also employ when I'm doing my design, is alternatives. Are there less costly alternatives to what I want? For example, if you want marble, you find out that marble, real marble, is very expensive. Can I switch out to porcelain? Porcelain looks like marble, it's very durable, and it's a lot cheaper, and it's easier to maintain. Is that an option? Can I use that product? As far as labor is going to be one of your biggest costs in a bathroom renovation. Some of that you can say, okay, can I take some of this on myself? What can I truly do? What do I have the time and the expertise? You don't want to be throwing together some DIY and you're not like at expert level in that particular area. Leave the stuff that you do not know how to do to the experts. But if there's something, whether it's demolition, if you can help with the demo, if you know how to paint really well, you can kind of say, okay, what I want to DIY, I can take that expense off. So just working out and employing all of these things can actually dramatically reduce that initial price tag that you came up with. But in the end, you're going to be really happy with the end result because you didn't compromise and put yourself in a box from the very beginning by limiting yourself. And the next thing I want to say about Pinterest and pictures, again, as you're gathering your information and things you like on Pinterest and magazines are just a reference. You know, be mindful when you just go send a picture or give a picture to a designer or a contractor and say, hey, I want this. Number one, most contractors are not designers. They build stuff. So they're not necessarily going to get the vision that you want. They're just going to put up things and interpret it their way. And usually their way is going to be the easiest, most cost efficient for them to get something similar that resembles whatever it is they showed you. So you have to be very diligent and detailed in what you want. So you have to know what you want in order to get what you want. Don't just blindly tell the contractor, hey, I want something like this, and leave him off to do whatever it is he wants to do, and you show up for the end project. That's not going to work. Also along the lines of Pinterest and other pictures, use those as a reference because sometimes, you know, your space is not going to be exactly the same space as the, as the inspiration picture. For example, one of the things I've always loved truss beams. I love trusses. They are beautiful. They're beautiful on the outside of the home. They're using them now in homes as decorative features. And I'm going to share with you one of my inspiration pictures that I found in a magazine. Now, if you're looking at this picture, you'll see that, oh, this is a beautiful truss beam in this bedroom. But again, it's straight across. I have to think about my bathroom. My bathroom has an arching window. A truss beam that's going to go straight across will not work with that arch because it will cut off the window. I can't cut off my window. So I have to know that, okay, a straight beam is not going to look right in here. I need to put a curved arch beam. So although this is my inspiration, I have to take into account what's going on in my bathroom so that I can fit it and mold it to what I need it to be. Another tip is to give yourself time. A rushed project is going to leave you disappointed. Now, for this project for our master bath, I have been researching and pulling things together, interviewing contractors. My process started well over 6 months ago, and I just started renovation on December 17th. So from like May to December is when I was doing all of my planning and gathering and all of that, selecting contractors. I started my project all the way back in May, and it wasn't until December until the first hammer hit a piece of sheetrock. Another tip is to test things out before you commit. I believe I gave you the example of the wood. Also, you know, your paint colors and everything like that. Lighting is key. So whatever it is that you plan on putting in that bathroom, you need to test it out in the space you're actually going to use it. So if you're picking a paint color, don't rely on the light in the store. Don't even rely on the light in another room in your home. You need to take that paint and swipe it on a wall in the space that you're going to use, and preferably on several walls, and then you go in that space and you check out the lighting different times during the day, morning, noon, and night. And then that way you can get a sense of what that color will look like. And I guarantee you, you're going to go through several color changes because it looks totally different in different lights and different spaces. So whatever you saw in the store will look totally different at home. So again, take your time and test things out. I know it's going to be a tedious process, but if you want something done right and if you know what you want, you can get with it. My next tip is to find the right person for the job. Not all contractors are decorators, not all contractors are designers. So if you need help, if you're not a creative person or if you're not a person that really kind of knows what you want in terms of design or understand all the different aspects of it, it might serve you well to get a interior designer or bathroom designer to design you a space, but that doesn't take you off the hook of just letting them give you something or design something for you. The more information, the more you know about yourself or know about your needs and how you would use your space, that will help that designer come up with a great design for you. Again, let me give you an example of knowing what you want and choosing the right contractors. So one of the things when you're remodeling a bathroom, there are finishes on the edge. So when your tile runs out to the end, you can't just leave a raw piece of edge of your tile. There has to be some type of way that you're going to finish that off. Usually it's some sort of a bevel, usually it's some sort of pencil trim or some other molding that will cap that end off, or what's really popular right now and what's really easy, a lot of the contractors are doing now, what's trending is the metal edge, and they call it like a Schluter edge. And they have various levels. It can go from the cheapest, you can even get some of the edging, the metal edging with diamonds in it, and it can be glam and all that kind of stuff. That gives it a more contemporary look. It's very easy for the contractors. They're usually going to choose that. They may not even ask you. You may not even know to ask, oh, how are you going to finish that off? They will do the bathroom and they finish it off the way it's most cheapest and least expensive and the quickest for them. And then you realize, wow, I don't like that look. I was really going for a classic look, but this metal edge makes it look contemporary. So you have to kind of know all the pieces and what the look it is that you're going for. And if you don't know that and you don't have that level of detail, a designer might be an interior designer that will draw you up a plan. They don't have to stay there and execute the vision, but to give you an idea of what you want in your space might be a good idea. You also want to find a contractor that suits your personality, that you gel well with. Me, I'm looking for a contractor that's willing to teach, learn, and share his trade so I can leave with some better understanding. I want to know more than I did before I came into the project. You also want a contractor that can help solve problems, because what you initially might want, you're bound to run into some things once you start tearing down walls. The vision that you had may have to change, so you want to be able to feed back and forth with that contractor to come up with an alternative solution. So you want a contractor that will be able to provide solutions and alternatives. You also want to determine whether or not you want to use a general contractor or if you want to be your own general contractor. One thing I can say is you probably do not want to pick someone that say that they are a jack of all trades. I can do this, I do decks, I do bathrooms, I build whole houses, I do, no, you want to find someone that specializes in that area and does that area over and over and over again. And then also, when you did that dream bathroom budget analysis that I told you to do way ahead of time, that's when selecting a contractor also comes into play, because there's level of contractors. You have your let's say your Walmart contractor, and then you have your Macy's contractor, and then you have your Saks Fifth Avenue contractor. And what that means is the Walmart contractor may not be bad, but he's probably limited to serving a certain income area. So if he's used to serving clients that are on a very lower end budget, he's probably using lower end budget materials. He's probably not doing fancy design work or inlays and things like that. So his skill set Even though he's really good at what he's doing for a Walmart level, he may not be able to do the things you want, and you might have a Saks Fifth Avenue level. You may want herringbone, you may want cut stone, you may want niche, all these different things, and you're talking to a Walmart contractor. So you want to look at the work that they've done before, what they're used to doing, and what level they are at their craft. So all contractors are not created equal. Just because someone's cheap doesn't mean that they don't know how to do their job. They're just staying in their lane. Don't try to make someone else go out of their lane when they're not used to driving in the fast lane. So choose the contractor that suits the type of work that you need done and the level of expertise you would need done for the work being performed. The next thing is, don't be afraid to visit showrooms. When you're renovating, Lowe's and Home Depot are not the end all be all for everything. You want to visit some showrooms because then you will get to have an understanding of what some quality or better quality materials are like. You may also find deals there. You can get so many ideas, so visit the showrooms. In addition to your big box stores, I'll be doing a video on what to purchase at the big box stores and what to purchase at the showrooms or different stores, and tips and tricks on how to save at the showroom. But yeah, visit the showrooms. You will have a lot more options, a lot more variety, and you will also be able to see the difference in quality. And then also, don't be afraid to have some things custom built. Depending on what you're buying, it's sometimes cheaper to go the custom built route. And that was the case for my cabinetry. The cabinetry that I wanted, it was nice, but it wasn't customizable. It was already mass produced. It was expensive, and it, didn't fit my needs exactly. So we opted to get custom made vanities, and we could make it any way that we wanted to. I'll be doing a separate video on vanities and how to choose bathroom vanities. Another thing you want to do is to anticipate any problems that you might come up with in your renovation, and you will bring that to the attention of the general contractor when they come out to give you estimates. And then that can also be factored into their estimates, so you won't be surprised later on. For example, we knew that this tall feature wall that I wanted to cut that down some because I wanted to make both sides of the ceiling, both sides of the vaulted ceiling even on both sides. So I needed to eliminate part of that wall and make a shelf, but we did not know if that was a structural wall. Were we able to cut that wall down? Would it cause any structural damage? Why was it there? So, that was one of the things I brought to the general contractor's attention, so that if I needed to change my design for my truss beams, I could. Another biggie is to order all of your materials. Make sure that you get all of your materials, they all arrive before the contractor begins work. This is imperative. So especially during this time with the pandemic, supply chains were all messed up, and it just seems like everyone was home, everyone was doing all kind of renovations on their homes, and it was just very, very hard to get supplies. So it is imperative that you order your tubs, you order your sinks, whatever you're having custom made, everything that you need to go in that project, that bathroom, whatever it is you're renovating, have all of the supplies at the ready. Have them ordered and delivered before you schedule the contractor to come out. Because the problem is, you schedule for a contractor to come out, he comes out ready to begin work, and you don't have the products that he needs, or he begins work and the products aren't here. It's not keeping up with his schedule. That throws his schedule off. It puts him behind the production for any other scheduled clients that he might have, and it's going to cost you more in the long run. So order everything you want up front. First, get the general contractor, get him on plan with your design, what it is he's going to do, what you're going to buy. Let him go off. You order all the items that you need, find out what the last item, the expected date to receive is going to come in, then schedule time for the contractor to come out and begin work. You will thank me for that tip. Then also the very next tip, not only are you going to order all the pieces, as every single item comes in, open the box, inspect it. The last thing you want to do is order all the items, everything's here, Mr. Contractor comes out to begin work and he opens up the boxes of tile and notice that all of them are cracked because, you know, when they got shipped, they got cracked in shipping, they were damaged. Now he can't lay the floor. And then you didn't get those tiles from a big box store, you ordered them and it took 4 weeks in order for them to get shipped. So now you're on another 4-week delay before you can get any more tiles. So as every single item comes in, do a thorough inspection to make sure you don't need to send it back or reorder the item. Another tip is that you want to keep the color palette consistent with your master bedroom. So whatever your master bedroom is, you want it to flow into the master bath. Now, if you're completely renovating both spaces, then, you know, keep your master bedroom in mind with your master bath. So if you're doing your master bath first and you're going to renovate your master bedroom second, consider the unit as a cohesive unit so that you can complement each other. You don't want to have like a Victorian themed bedroom and then go in here and have like a Asian spa feel in your bathroom. They just don't blend and they don't flow. So you want to go for a comprehensive, cohesive look. Another tip is to get the formula for any custom colors, stains, paints that you may have, your cabinetry guys do, or your painters. You want to have, you know, that custom formula on hand, so should you need to do any touch-ups in the future, or should you need to match that stain to some other area in your project design. For example, my cabinets are a custom stain color. I might want to use that same custom stain on my beams. So make sure you get the materials from your cabinet maker. You want to also get familiar with the different types of tradesmen that will be in your project. A kitchen and a bathroom will probably have the most types of tradesmen because you're doing everything in a kitchen or a bath. So you're probably going to need a framer, a sheetrocker, a trimmer, electrician, a tiler, a plumber, specialty beam truss makers in my case, painters. You might need mill workers depending on how, you know, intricate and detailed your millwork is in your bathroom. There are so many different tradesmen for the different types of jobs that you will need done on your renovation, depending on how extensive and how detailed. So get familiar with the different tradesmen that you might need. Number 13, don't base your renovation on a resale value, especially if you don't plan on moving. For example, you know, the hot thing now is to get freestanding tubs. Everybody get a freestanding tub. That's what you're going to do. That's the trend. That's what, you know, it'll help your resale value. That's what folks want. Don't get something simply because it's going to help your resale value, but you're not going to use it. Again, the first thing for you that should matter is function. It should function well for you. So if you're not planning on selling your house and you're going to just go around and be inconvenienced by your own home, you're spending your money on something, but you're inconvenienced because you think you're going to get a couple of dollars to sell your house, at that point, you know what? It might be worth it to just rip out whatever tub or whatever it is, in this case a tub, rip it out and put it in a freestanding tub if you think it's going to add value to your home. But whatever you do it because it's something you like, you love, you want, you need, and it functions well for you, not resale value. Now, if you're fixing your bathroom up simply to sell your home, then you want to fix it up so that you can get the best possible pool of customers to come in. But if you have a beautiful home already, your home is well maintained, I highly doubt that a customer is going to say, I'm not going to buy that bathroom, or I'm not going to buy that home because it doesn't have a freestanding tub in it. You can negotiate that out and get a tub put into the home. So those are all of my tips. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I know I did a lot of talking and you're probably used to wanting to see visuals of things, but hopefully you found this video helpful. Hopefully these tips that I shared will help you in your next renovation project. And until next time, I'm going to keep calm and carry on. Bye guys.